I suppose this is not really particularly usual, is it? People in the army sign up to defend their country, not to sort of ferry around ambulances.
Defending your country comes in many ways, shapes and forms, buddy, and they're more than happy, more than ready and more than prepared. And actually, speaking to them yesterday, and I did go down and visit them as a morale type thing, taking some T-shirts and what have you, some of the lads actually quite surprised me by saying, well, at the moment there isn't a lot on, and this gets us out of the trap. We're doing stuff. We're cool. They're good with it. You know what I mean?
They're good with it. I think many people are saying that this should be a last resort, not a strategy that the government can just lean on to say, OK, don't worry, unions, if you want to do that, we'll just backfill instead.
Look, I think there's always people that are going to turn around and say that the government shouldn't be using the armed forces in this way. They're just using them as a last resort or a first response all the time to their problems to sort them out. That really isn't my concern, to be honest. My concern is that the troops are happy, and they are happy, and they are okay. They're missing leave, but they will catch up with it, and they're out of the traps. And like I say, they're doing good. So that made me happy yesterday, to be honest. And to be fair, there was a contingent of nurses and ambulance staff which were helping out with their training and getting them ready yesterday. So there's not a complete dereliction of duty, as some people would leave you to believe. You know, they are taking it very seriously. They do want to be heard, and they are doing their thing. So from my point of view, you know, like I say, it was purely a morale visit for the troops for me yesterday, and they are happy. So that's a good thing.
That is a good thing, and I suppose we are used to seeing the army in sort of civil contingency roles, responding to floods and the like. We often see armed forces getting out there and helping communities in less militaristic ways.
Yeah, listen, my first ever job in the military, right, we went down to West Glamorgan in those Green Goddess fire engines, and we stood in for a fire service which were on strike, OK? The bin strike, squaddies turned out for that. All sorts of strikes we stood in before. It's part and parcel of the job. It's what you signed up for. Like I say, defending the country comes in many ways, shapes and forms, and this is all part of the job. And to be fair, I quite enjoyed the firefighting. And again, once we were there, the picket lines were staffed quite annoyingly by fire service, who beat us to every fire anyway. So I never got my hands on a hose the whole time I was down there.
And just remind us, the rights of people in the military, they can't go on strike.
No, that's the ironic thing. They're not allowed to strike. And actually, with more irony, they've had the least increase in pay in the last 10 years. I think they've had about 3.7 in who knows how long. Do you know what I mean? They've had nothing. So, you know, they're not whinging. They're going about their business. They're helping out, you know, and they're just great people to be around. And yesterday, visiting them, you know, I actually felt quite inspired again. It's good to be around these people because they take the duty, they do it, they take it on the chin, and they cut around, and they don't care what you say. They just get on with it.